Testing, testing. All right, this is our copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. We're going to give this a shot. Our internet service has not been that great from here, but we're going to roll with it. We're going to give it a shot. We're having some trouble with our laptop the past couple days, and I believe I got that fixed too. So here goes our silent intro. And I do see it's pretty choppy. We'll see how the rest of the live stream flows. And I will go live. I will try to go live tomorrow, touching on this same topic, depending on how this stream goes. Even if it goes well, I'll do a full on stream at the shop with the studio because the shop has way better internet service there. See, we got someone in the chat. Good to see you, Shelly. We're gonna test this stream out and see. I could see it's already choppy, the intro. And just let me know how the rest of the stream is. There I am. Good to see you, Shelly. And it seems to be all right. I'll move around a little bit. Okay, we're moving pretty good. So maybe some of the videos we might play might end up being a little choppy like that. But like I said, I'm going to do this again, hopefully tomorrow. I just wanted to get this out while it was fresh. So, yeah, some interesting news tonight we'll get into. And we'll give it a minute just to see if anyone else gets notified of the stream. And yeah, we're streaming on uh, all the usual platforms we usually stream on. Hopefully, someone's watching over there. But yeah, there was. How was the rest of your day, Shelly? I know we got to hang out a bit today and yesterday. Let's see. You're trying to understand how people are not paying attention to everything. Yes. So I got some interesting stuff on this side of the country that happened last night. So I'm in Los Angeles here, and very near. I always bring up Pasadena, California, just because I'm very attracted to that area. Now, I'll bring up a few things. Altadena is neighboring Pasadena. Pasadena, Altadena. I look at them almost as like one, but uh, that's where the Eaton fire hit. One of the big fires had hit, and so I've been bringing it up, and then also I've brought it up because there's a lot of these old world buildings in that uh, particular city, and we've checked some of them out, and just it's beautiful. I love Pasadena, but there's a haunted side to Pasadena also. We've brought that up. There's a lot of haunted locations, and I'm sure due to those buildings. And salute Diesel and Leanne, welcome. And so yeah, I'm sure some of you are maybe even tired of me bringing up Pasadena. We've done some live streams out there at some of the haunted locations, the haunted forest, which they call the Cobb Estate. Um, what is it? Suicide Bridge. Um, we went to the Rialto Theater not too long ago. Check that out. Did a little live stream walk around, and I want to say there's some other. maybe a couple other locations that's in that Pasadena area. Anyway, it's very nearby, and they have foothills there that go up into the Angeles National Forest. Pasadena was on the news recently also because there was a mountain lion also running around, just like we heard about Santa Monica was the last one. And so, yeah, a lot of wildlife around that area as well. And then you have NASA JPL, uh, which is very interesting. And that's been coming up with the missing and deceased scientists. And there's been some updates on that too. I know some of you have been asking about uh, what's been going on with that. And I've been keeping track online with some people that have been following all that stuff. So we'll hopefully bring some of that up. But some of you may know outside of the shop, we get and it's calmed down a whole lot, but maybe going back 2, 3 years, we're getting a lot of military choppers flying over the all different kinds, from ospreys to the you name it. They've probably flown over the shop, and we get also air traffic. Yep, JPL. Which you bring up JPLs like Jack Parsons Laboratory. I know a lot of people covering the Jack Parsons and NASA stuff lately as well. All aboard. We got the train coming by. Get your tickets, get your pets and snacks. And so that brings up that whole topic, the Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons, L. Ron Hubbard connection, Scientology, all that occult stuff. And I've brought it up many a times. And there's some places I want to visit, like it's called the Devil's Gate Dam. And a lot of Instagrams have been covering it too. A lot of people on Insta covering all this occult stuff. But you see, you had a plane fly over your head on the 31st, in the woods, I would imagine. Lowest I ever seen that seemed to follow you. Oh, watch. That's good. Well, you're going to trip out on this, Diesel. Hang tight, bro. And so, oh, yeah, another location was the haunted hospital. And I brought that up because I remember hearing back, way back as a teenager, about all the haunted places in Pasadena. And I actually lived nearby, but we never got the chance to really check some of these spots out. The other one was Diesel. You remember it was, and this one is near the Devil's Gate Dam, I believe. When I went and did the Gravity Hill over there. Remember we did a live stream, and I was trying to find the location where you put the car on neutral and you start flowing. So we figured that out, and I think there was a sign to the Devil's Gate Dam right near that. So I got to figure out, pinpoint it. People have gone to it and explored it, and supposedly, yeah, there was rituals done down there, and we'll get into that. So anyone interested in going, let me know. um, yeah, so Pasadena, the military choppers flying over the shop. The shop gets a lot of air traffic, even LAX, the airport traffic from there. You remember a lot of the weird objects were getting outside of the shop that I was documenting back in the day. And yep, you remember that, Diesel. So that's in Pasadena there too, man. So interesting place, Pasadena. And if you go, uh, and I've pulled it up before, but there's a channel that covers the old world Tartaria topic, and it's called My Lunch Break. And uh, if you're interested, you could punch in My Lunch Break, Pasadena, California, and he did a video on it talking about all the old world stuff there. So there's something there pertaining to the old world for sure, and there's still remnants. And so I think, and then it makes me wonder why NASA JPL decided to set up there. You also got Caltech, and Caltech uh, has been brought up lately. The guy that did the pew pewing at the presidential dinner was a student at Caltech, and then one of the, what is it, the astrophysicist was it? And I got him pulled up here, and maybe we'll pull him up, but was unalived, and he lived over the mountains here, and so that's pertaining to that whole topic there. And so we'll get into this. And again, I don't know how my computer is gonna play the videos right now. The intro was a little choppy on my end, so we'll give this a shot. And again, I'll try this tomorrow from the shop with the studio and all that. And yeah, no problem. Yeah, and I could keep going about Pasadena. I mean, you could just look it up. Um, Beautiful houses, a lot of like old Victorian houses up there, and it's got a particular vibe. I like it. Um, Spooky also. I think there's a one of the Halloween houses is just like 15 minutes from there, from here. It's in South Pasadena. Where I'm at borders South Pasadena. So Pasadena is just right there. And I always mention it anyway, just to give people an idea. What up, Rich Shot tapping in? So Rich Shot, not sure if you noticed this. I know you're local out here. So I'm gonna pull up a newsreel, or actually even before that, I'm gonna try to pull up let's see, some videos. So bear with me. Here, let's do this. I'm gonna do the newsreel first. All right. So this happened yesterday, and I noticed this from the shop, and I got some receipts to share. And let's see here. Here we go. So this is KTLA 5 Los Angeles. And let me just set this up right here. Hope everyone's having a good evening. And here we go. All right, heads up. So I mentioned, oh, I didn't mention another haunted location that we checked out was the St. Luke's Medical uh, Center, which they called the abandoned hospital, and we did a live stream there. And actually, some people that night, I was by myself. A group of people pulled up and actually uh, gave me a tour. You know, we made it inside, and some of you may remember that as well. And some paranormal stuff did happen, in my opinion, and we'll try to share some of that again. We've shared this stuff before, but this took place. This is that building, and it's an old world building. I believe it's an art. It might be Art Deco. Um, and so check this out.
Now at 5:30, some Pasadena residents woke up rattled last night, and they want answers. Good evening. This is the KTLA 5 News at 5:30. I'm Cher Calvin.
And I'm Micah Ullman. A military drill at a vacant hospital campus filled the neighborhood with flashbangs, gunfire, and helicopters well into the early morning hours. Many say they were unaware it was going to happen.
Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't hear about any of this, and I've never seen any of this ever conducted. I don't think a military drill in the middle of the city. Why did they do it in this particular building in Pasadena? What the hell is going on, folks? Drop a comment.
KTLA's Shelby Nelson is live in Pasadena with the latest. Shelby.
Hi, Sharon, Micah. Yeah, as you heard, this wasn't just any military training. We heard simulated bombs going off, gunfire, and it all happened at St. Luke's right behind me, which is a shuttered hospital here in the city of Pasadena. Now, this was all very hush-hush leading to this military training. A city spokesperson tells me whoever was heading this operation on the federal level asked them not to alert the public until 5:30 the night of. It played out like a scene from war, soldiers dropping down from a Black Hawk helicopter.
At first it scared me because I had no clue. And then there was like about three helicopters, and they would keep coming by. They would drop down low, and then they.
And you know what? I will say that this location has also been used in movies and shows and stuff. So it's a filming location as well. The time that we went, there was no fencing, but I heard a while after that they did put fencing up, and there is security at times. I don't know what the situation is now, but when we went, there was no security, and we gave you a tour. And maybe I'll drop some links to those videos as well. I'm gonna share a little of the inside of the building if we get a chance here.
They would go back up.
Explosions, gunfire. The audible signs of war weren't actually from combat, and they weren't happening in some faraway location either. They were happening at the shuttered St. Luke's Medical Center in Pasadena. But most residents had no idea this would be a military training going on.
It was rattling the entire house.
For me, it was excited. I loved it. It was like the first time I was seeing this.
The city provided this statement to us saying the military contacted the police department back in March to ask for help in providing security and ensuring safety while they conducted urban combat training. As the date grew closer, the military unit provided general information that this would be happening at St. Luke's Hospital, which is privately owned. They say minimal details were shared with the police department. The city notified the public a few hours.
I was trying to set off some effects, but I guess that ain't happening right now. Got to set that up.
Before the exercise was to begin. The city had no control on the timing of the exercise or specific details. 5:30 is when they were able to alert the community. But rather than end when it was intended to at 1 a.m., Spencer says she lost sleep after hearing all the commotion until 2:30 in the morning.
What are they over here for? What are they over here for? We already been devastated by the fires, and then here you guys come with that? Why? It makes no sense.
Retired Marine Intelligence Officer Hal Kempfer has coordinated military training operations before with local law enforcement agencies.
We live in a very interesting environment right now for a variety of threats.
He says the conflict in the Middle East has created a dynamic situation. He believes the Army was behind this training and says there could be several security reasons as to why the public wasn't notified until the last minute.
So there's some very valid security reasons, force protection reasons, to avoid putting out too much advance notice, lest somebody start.
Interesting that you mentioned that Rich Shot, that Ghostbusters was filmed in there as well. We got to get a list of all the movies, and I do have actually an internet search here, so we'll have a look in a little and see if it pulls up some of the things that have been filmed in there. And it's a haunted location, so I know there's paranormal stuff happening in there. So it makes me wonder, like, yeah, a drill, maybe something else going on.
Are planning something to take advantage of the situation and possibly cause harm to our forces, our personnel.
All right.
Now, there have been several training exercises happening across Southern California recently in Pomona, Long Beach. We understand one is going to be happening in the City of Industry tonight. And we are still waiting on confirmation as to which military branch is behind all these trainings. That is the very latest from Pasadena. I'm Shelby Nelson, KTLA 5 News.
Thank you, Shelby. So Rid Shot correction there says not Ghostbusters, but it was Halloween and Scream. Wow, I didn't know that, bro. Trip out. And let's check this out right quick since we got things flowing. So this is a YouTube channel, Traffic News LA. Oh, police pursuing impaired driver. So we might have a speed chase here. It's 11 o'clock. Rid Shot, keep me posted if you see anything. I'm keeping an eye out here. Might have a pursuit. So this is Traffic News LA on YouTube. So check them out. Props to them. And we're gonna check out some of their footage because they got quite a bit of good footage here. And this is U.S. military conducts overnight training exercise in Pasadena. So since they're doing exercises in other places, maybe it's not something strange to this particular building. But it's interesting that they chose this one, I think. Yeah, I'm not letting that one go. So let's check this out. Whoa. It sounds more like LA right there, not Pasadena. Oh. Ducking for cover. I'm surprised no one busted back. Yeah, very, very. This is very odd, I think. So heads up, you got Disclosure Day coming out, or what is it? Disclosure. Christina Gomez covering all this. I recommend checking out her channel if you want to stay on top of like all the latest UAP UFO stuff. Uh, Definitely a good source there. But yeah, we got all this weird, happenings in that whole world, the UFO, UAP, alien. It's just you could sense it. And if you're not sensing something, then yeah, you're probably on another planet. But yeah, something's cooking, that's for sure. So this video here is about 10 minutes long. So we'll watch a few more minutes of it. Yep, seen that Rid shot, and he did his thing. They did their thing, but of course the skeptics and there's others that I talked about it. There's a couple YouTube channels that I shared in my posts. So if you go back a few days, you'll see one, and it's about him and Rogan being on, and this dude does a breakdown, and I know some people won't like that, but I think it's important to hear. So check that out if you didn't. But yeah, it was good. I liked it. I gave it a thumbs up and everything, and but it's always good to hear the other side of things. And I won't get into all that, man. But check out how they land here, man. This is amazing. gonna test my camera effects, see if they work. Yeah, there we go. So that works. Okay, so oh yeah, look, we got balloons. So that means could we get lasers since we're getting all this action out here? I don't think it's gonna give me lasers. Wonder why. There we go. All my folks must have been running thinking this was a ice raid or something, man. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God! Right over there, right over there! Oh my God! Big Daddy!
There's Big Daddy. The aliens are coming.
I told you I could see the throttle pick up again. Oh, yeah.
Touching the middle of the pipe is supposed to be far either. This is even the pipe up there.
NA. So we saw, I guess, a military training exercise that had like a Black Hawk helicopter and two little birds. They came, dropped off soldiers, started firing a bunch of shots. There were a lot of explosions. And about an hour later, they came and picked them all back up. I heard about it through Instagram, me and my friend. So we came and we were like, let's check it out. And it was crazy. We saw the Black Hawk. We saw the two little birds come in, drop off.
So yeah, Rich Shot. I was just talking about how I've been inside St. Luke's, and so give me a second here. We're gonna continue this. So let's see. All right. So things have changed for me. I'm telling you, I just was having trouble with the laptop. Figured that stuff out. I won't even get into it. Just I'm surprised I did. So give me a second. Yeah, a few things have changed on the laptop, which is cool. I had an upgrade as well, so got that done. And even for the streaming here, a few things have changed, and just gonna take me a little getting used to. But I like these changes. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. So since you mentioned that ridge shot, let's see if I could do this. All right, like that. There we go. So this is inside St. Luke's, and we're gonna hit an area. I had clipped out this clip. It was like I think maybe an hour video. I may have broken up into two separate videos, and that's maybe going 3 years back or so. I really got to organize my channel, and I've been saying that forever. Um, there was a point inside where, and let me make sure. Let me see. Hopefully, you can see that. where we're going up a stairway and there was a door. You're gonna see a door, and it was all dark in there. And I started noticing what looked like orbs to me. And of course, I was like, well, maybe it's dust. I didn't want to go straight to the orbs, but it sure came to mind, especially being in this haunted location, right? And as we're going up, you might be able to hear it. There's a growl as well, dude. It's very weird. So let's give this a shot. Make sure the volume's up. And here we go. Hopefully it shows on your end. And let me just checking for that speed chase. No word.
Like this is like, you ever
All
seen
right.
The Last of Us?
So it's not playing here. Give me 1 second.
That's the cremator. That's the cremator.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the cremator.
Yeah, this is going to take a little practice. All right, how do I do it? Maybe split the screen. Let me try this. All right, is it there now? Okay, I think I got it.
The Last of Us? That's the fucking where they put the dead people.
That's the cremator. That's the cremator.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the cremator.
Here, I'm gonna check this out.
Yep.
That is that is haunted for sure.
I hope it's playing on your end and you can see it.
It's crazy. 100 degrees Celsius, what is that? Hey Siri, what's 120 degrees Celsius in the Fahrenheit?
To do that, you'll need to be online.
So this is where dead people use them? Yeah, they roll them on in here and they wash them before they finally burn the shit out of it. Wow. That's too wild. Not even seeing.
I either seen a little bug fly by right now, or is it an orb? Oh, there's orbs, dude. What the
See
fuck?
orbs?
Yeah, I thought I just seen some shit on the camera. Weird. Yep, again right here. Check this out, dude.
Oh shit.
See that?
Oh shit.
What? What?
He's seeing orbs on the camera.
What are orbs?
Little round dots, look, all right here.
That's like spirit shit.
Really?
Yeah, see it all. I still see it. At least I think they're orbs. Could be, actually, it could be fucking dust particles, bro.
Yeah. Bro, we all died a month from now.
That was a good little run. Yeah, it's not much over there. We went over that way. Checked it out already. The fuck?
Yeah, I think the generator was making my camera bug out there, but yeah. So I don't know. I think something weird was happening there. Telling myself it was dust. All right, so let's see. Gotta fix this. Did that play for you all? Let's see. Did you ever? No, we didn't find anybody in there, bro. We didn't find anyone in there. And let's see. Let's take a little read about St. Luke's. So right here, this Brave search says St. Luke Medical Center is a 165-bed historic hospital located at 2632 East Washington Boulevard in Pasadena, California, which has been abandoned since 2002. Built in 1933 by the Sisters of St. Joseph of Orange, the Art Deco slash modern complex served the region for nearly 7 decades before closing due to financial losses under its owner, Tenet Healthcare. And let's see down here. See, current status, the main building is fortified with steel plates and perimeter fencing through surrounding structures were damaged in the January 2025 Eaton fire. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I still haven't gone to check out the fire damage anywhere, the Palisades or up here. So I'm sure I thought it would maybe pop up some of the filming that was done there, but I'm sure you could look into it, look it up. What else? So here's you can see the outline of Pasadena here. Red outline. You can see the mountains up here, Mount Wilson Observatory up here. There's Altadena. And so let's see. I wanted to put up, see, where's NASA? Let me check this out. Oh, whoops. All right. There's JPL. There's that I guess you call it there's a dam right here. What do you call this? I don't know if this is like part of the Arroyo, but again, very interesting area here in Pasadena. You gotta explore a lot more. What else? Yeah, maybe the missing watch. I wanted to get into. So I had brought up some of the missing from that particular area, JPL. We've talked about this one. That's the Monica Reza case, the lady that went missing hiking up in those mountains. And this one is the astro. Let's see, what is he? Astrophysicist. Yes, it's the Carl Grimmer case. We touched on that. What was interesting was the recent news on the Melissa Casillas case. You know, she was missing out of, I guess, New Mexico, but I heard she lived in Mexico, and they would cross the border to go to Los Alamos. I don't know how true that is, but she was missing out of New Mexico, went up into, I don't know if it was I don't think it was a national park or a wilderness area. I think it might have been, but a particular mountain range. And she was missing for about a year. And then they recently just found her a few days ago. I think it was by a hiker. And what really caught my attention was, of course, that, you know, she's tied into a lot of these other cases. There's several other cases out of Los Alamos. But down here was what a lot of certain sources were mentioning, that she was found in an area previously searched. Let's see, where does it say that? I think it said it here also. Give me 1 second. Here we go. So right here. So I think this is all right. This is so this is family, I think, here in quotes. And it says her family said in a statement on Facebook. There it is. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and we brought that up because that could be what is, according to David Politis, one of his criteria points of the phenomenon. Others would question that. And what was interesting is that the Monica Reza case was also kind of 411 like, it's just not many answers, just kind of kapoof, disappeared into nothing. Um, yeah, it makes you wonder what really happened there. How could they pass up? How could they miss somebody? And we hear about that happening. So are they placed back by somebody or something? Makes me think. So another one that had been brought up that we didn't touch on when all this was happening was this case. I heard about this one recently, and props to all you who have been following all this stuff, because I find it very interesting, especially in these times. But check this one out. I don't know if you heard about this one, but this is they say a UFO researcher, Martin Aiden Schaefer, a New Mexico-based UFO and alternative propulsion researcher, died in Torrance County Detention Center in custody. So, and that was in March 2026. He was held on felony charges, including negligent arson and aggravated burglary, following an alarming social media posts where he claimed to have extraterrestrial implants and expressed severe mental health distress. Authorities have not publicly released an official cause of death, autopsy, or toxicology report. Schaefer's death is often linked to Amy Eskridge, which another one we didn't go too deep on her. I think we did bring her up, but I know a lot of people have gone in on that one, and that one's fascinating as well because people have tied. This guy is, yeah, like they're saying, it's tied to her. I guess her and Amy's boyfriend work together, and those that have been following this, I'm sure know Amy's story. And even at first, I was like, because I know, she was in some of her videos, she was drinking and stuff. So, yeah, it made me wonder what really happened there. But I think, definitely I've been checking some of that stuff out and some red flags going up. So, yeah, scientists who died in 2022 fueling broader scrutiny by the FBI into deaths and disappearances of approximately 17. I think we had last left off at like 13 or something like that. Researchers connected to aerospace, nuclear, and UFO communities. And so over here, let's see. I did just a quick search also. Aiden Schaefer connection to Amy Eskridge and boyfriend. And then we got this. So Aiden Schaefer, full name Martin Aiden Schaefer, was a New Mexico-based UFO researcher who died in police custody in March 2026 after being booked on. So we read that. And so Schaefer was professionally connected to Falcon Space, a propulsion startup linked to Mark Sokol, who was Amy Eskridge's ex-boyfriend. All right. Whoops. Got that. Schaefer and Sokol reportedly had a falling out, with Schaefer alleging on social media that Sokol had attempted to harm him, while Falcon Space publicly discharged Schaefer. Both Schaefer and Eskridge made similar distressing claims prior to their deaths, including allegations of extraterrestrial implants and loss of bodily control, which has fueled speculation about a connection between their cases within the broader context of mysterious deaths among scientists in the aerospace sector. So yeah, and I'm sure there's more. There's a channel I was just checking out. What's up, Buschetti? Salute to you, Samuel Smith. What up? I wanted to welcome all the new. We bumped up in subscribers. Thank you to uh Jeremiah Found. No, Jeremiah Byron. I always think Found. Peace to that brother too, man. Uh, Jeremiah Byron over at Bigfoot Society. We did an interview a couple Mondays back, and that was released just the other day. So if you haven't checked that out, peep it out. And so we got some new subscribers from over there. Even one person who would like to share some stuff from the area I was speaking of, and that's Northern California. So yeah, I'm super interested. We're in contact. And what's up, Tina C? Cheers to you. There was a chase earlier, but I don't think they broadcasted it. And did you hear about these military or these exercises going on by? They don't know if it's who it is, I guess exactly, but hopefully you caught some of that. And yeah, very weird. Oh, before we even head out, I'm not like ready to wrap it up, but really I'm not. I got more to share here. 1 second. So we were just checking out these exercises. I'm gonna say it's military, and that was done at the St. Luke's Medical Center in Pasadena. And check this out. Let's see. Can we pull it up? Oh no, we're gonna have to do it again like this. So let's give it a shot. I'm gonna have to pull up my uh videos here. Let's do it like this. Hopefully nothing pops up that I'm not supposed to show. So this was, I believe it was yesterday. Wait, that's Instagram. Give me 1 second. Let's try this. Where are my? There we go. Did I get it? Here we go. There it is. All right. So this is from the shop. And I was like, what the hell? My brother popped out of the shop. Everyone was like, what the hell's going on? That's them. Yep. And what else? Did we get anything else? Oh, and earlier today we did get this one. And this one does have one of those little flyby objects we talk about, the fast movers, we call them, or dragon UFO, as custodian files on YouTube calls them. Hopefully you're trained for seeing these things. We've talked about them a whole lot, but it's been a while since we've recorded them. But since I noticed the military activity happening again, I was like, let me record some of this stuff. So this was earlier today. You might be able to see the objects zip by, you might not, but yeah, so they were flying by earlier today as well. So heads up, things are heating up here. Rewind. Let's see. Right there. Almost sounded like it made a noise, but who knows? Whoa, there's something up there too. Look. See that one up there? Looks like a little orb at the top or something. Could be a lens flare, but looks like a little orb at the top there. I didn't see that earlier. And right when the fast mover goes by, it almost seems to make a noise, but I could be tripping. I don't know. And yes, they look like bugs. Again, check out Custodian Files on YouTube for more knowledge of these objects. All right, that was earlier today. Oh, I hope you were able to see that on your end there, folks. Because I'm seeing a black screen here. Let me know. Were you able to see the videos? I'm going to be kicking myself if you weren't. Was it a chat's dead? It's all right. I can talk to myself. Unless the stream froze or something. Are y'all stoned out there? What's going on, chat? Hillbilly Herb come in here? Something lit? Anyway. All right, you know what? Shout out to the homie. And I've just got introduced to this brother. He's an MC and goes by the name Surrealist. All right, Tina C, thank you so much. I appreciate you responding. And my throat's getting dry. Cheers. But yeah, shout out to the homie Surrealist. And Tina C, I know you've been sharing some of the artists in your family as well. But yeah, my brother recently has been networking with Surrealists, and I've been so out of touch with the hip hop stuff. I've been just in touch with like some of the older artists I used to follow that have been releasing stuff lately, which is super cool. But Surrealist is one of the latest, hottest artists out there. I had no idea. And we've been hanging out at the shop lately. And today he was featured on the Dr. Green Thumb show. Yes. Let's give him let's see. Yeah, set off some fireworks for Surrealist. And I've mentioned him lately. And he has a partner, his wife, his queen, and she goes by Val9 or Vel9, excuse me. And she's a big artist as well. So yeah, we have her album signed at the shop and everything. I think it's signed. But yeah, it's on vinyl. And so yeah, they recently she shot a I seen a big old flash outside. Maybe it was those fireworks I was just setting off. She recently recorded a video at the shop, and so did Surrealist. And that one's getting a little traction over on the Instagram, and all his videos do. So yeah, super cool to have him coming through, hanging out, working and networking, and nothing but the best to them. And yeah, I wanted to share uh And I did share actually in the post sections, but I want to share here so you all know who I'm talking about, and maybe you'll check it out. And we're gonna head over to my channel really quick and go to not history. Go into my channel and post. Sorry about that. So over the post section, so I shared. Let's see here. I gotta pull this up. Yeah, it's super exciting, man, to see him and his interview today. Super good interview, and yeah, to be on with Dr. Greentham. Be real. I've always looked up to Be Real and a lot of artists out there, but yeah, I always bumped a lot of Cypress Hill growing up. And Surreal's been working with Sick Jackin from Psycho Realm, some other well-known LA artists there. And let's see here. Where is my YouTube? Here we go. Sorry about that. So over in the post section, I posted a link to the Instagram video reel that was, and you'll notice he actually took some clips in my studio where I normally do the live streams from. So you might be able to recognize that. And there's a link to it there. And so down here is the link to the video. So there it is. It's at 4.2K. That was 8 hours ago. That was earlier today. It's a pretty long interview. They do some pretty long interviews there. And again, man, congratulations. And it's good to know you, brother. Hopefully we'll be doing some work together somehow, some way, at least going out and looking for Bigfoot or something. And again, folks, go check them out. Go show some love to some of the new and upcoming artists out there. And yeah, cool. All right, where are we? Back to the studio. All right, let's see. Anything else? I no Bigfoot news other than starting to see some more flashes out there, but I'm not hearing any fireworks. Yeah, just that I'm fingers crossed, gearing up, preparing for later this year to get out there, get out in the field and do what we love to do. It's unfortunate, or is it maybe it's fortunate. Yeah, I think it's fortunate that at least I get a little time out of the year to at least still go out there and do what I enjoy. So yeah, I look forward to that, and we'll see. I might pop up in the woods near you. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this baby up. Let's see, we're almost just about an hour here. And again, let's see, Muggs goes way back with the fat. Oh, what's up, T to C? Got some mug stories. Be Real shared some mug stories today, saying that he knew him since he was 16, but he thought he was just a baseball player and up and coming DJ. But then Muggs had busted out, I think, some like old video clips or something like that of him breakdancing and stuff, and it surprised Be Real, and I thought that was pretty funny, pretty cool. What else? Yeah, again, if anyone has anything to share, yeah, peace out, Muschetti. Yeah, I'm gonna go see what these flashes are outside. What the hell's going on? Something's happening outside. But yeah, we'll hopefully go live from the shop and maybe do a little recap of this, or maybe not. Maybe there'll be some updates. If there is, then we'll bring it to you. But you folks keep your eyes peeled in your neck of the woods, and or your neck of the concrete jungle. Be safe out there. And yeah, any other information that you feel maybe you know, tied into some of the stuff we talked about tonight or on any other nights, drop me a comment. Let's see. I do have an email I could share. Boom. Give me 1 second. Where are you? So this is the email here, and I will check it. Haven't checked it in maybe a couple weeks, but I normally don't get too many emails. So, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, and then yeah, the shop is located at 3925 East Olympic Boulevard. Sky's the limit smoke shop. Tap in. Much love to you all. And again, welcome to the new subscribers and much love to all the members out there. You are all appreciated subscribers, friends, and fam. All right, we're going to hit our outro here.